Hi, this is John DePona.
This is Alan Bonville.
I'm Rich Murray.
And this is day 4 of the Civil Rights Fast.
Today we went to Senator Gillibrand's office in Midtown. Tried to set up a meeting. Obviously they aren't returning our phone calls yet as to getting appointments to meet with someone on her staff. And we tried to get into the building and were harassed by building security essentially to be sent back outside. Stood outside for a bit, handed out flyers out there. It's really kind of interesting, and something I've noticed over the last few days is that when we hand out flyers and stop to people and talk to them about what this is and what a Civil Rights Amendment, a Civil Rights Act amendment would mean, it immediately clicks. You notice it in people's eyes, you see it in their demeanor, they loosen up, they open up, they say, yeah, why isn't sexual orientation and gender identity included in the Civil Rights Act of 1964? So it seems like that's the answer, and we all know that that seems to be the right answer. Now, there are many ways of going about getting this. Obviously, this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. This isn't going to be something that happens before Don't Ask, Don't Tell, or before marriage equality, or before any other issue that's facing the community right now in terms of Employment Non-Discrimination Act and other stuff that we're doing. But this is the ultimate, final, right, correct answer. And it seems like the gay community in particular is a little slow to sort of pick up on that. And it seems like our supporters, especially our senators and elected representatives here in New York City even, are a little bit hesitant to sort of understand that, get that, and pick that up and move with it. We aren't asking for Kirsten Gillibrand or any senator or any elected representative to move the Congress and move the president today overnight. We're just asking that the discussion be introduced, that the bill be introduced to promote a discourse such that, and in terms of negotiating, the easier things like Don't Ask, Don't Tell, and marriage, and Employment Non-Discrimination Act happen right away. Because that stuff is easy. The polls are on our side on those issues. And so when we push something like a full Civil Rights Act amendment, which is probably scary to some, but it seems like the right answer to anybody else who lives as a second-class citizen in the United States. When we push for something like that, marriage doesn't seem so far off. Or Don't Ask, Don't Tell seems like it could go away tomorrow. So this is what we're doing. I've called my congresswoman. My congresswoman seems very supportive of the idea. I'm waiting for a call back now for a meeting, or to sit down with a staffer, or to understand how we can start pulling other groups into this. I understand that there are lots of groups out there thinking, wow, the Civil Rights Act is the right thing and the right approach, and we just need to see some action, because we aren't seeing much. And this movement's been around for 40 years, and this bill and this idea has been around for over 40 years, and we're not seeing a lot of action, and we don't know why. And we don't know where the pressure is coming from, and we don't know why the gay community is not more active and involved on this and in many other issues. So I'm here with Alan and Yana, and we keep doing an event pretty much every day, and we'll be continuing to push forward. Join us.
And speaking of push forward, I think that everyone should be calling their senator's office and making an appointment. So you can call Senator Gillibrand at 212-688-6262 and make an appointment to see her. Everyone should be doing that. And also, people were asking us, why not Schumer? Well, we're asking Gillibrand. You can ask for Schumer. You can ask for any senator. You can do that. It is your job to do so. So do that, and we'll get closer to having this bill filed, hopefully, sooner rather than later. We want it now.
It's been interesting as people have funneled information to me about the positive things, not only in New York but around the country, that people are doing to try to get this bill filed, and it's awesome. And it's my hope as the days wear on here that more people will rise up and realize that movement never comes from the top down. Social movement always births from the bottom up. What ends up happening is it bursts from the bottom up, and then the bottom becomes the top. And then that, complacent group of people at the top doesn't really help get you to the next level. So what we need now are just everyday people like us to push forward and use our own voices and our own action to bring these issues to the forefront and to bring this bill to get this bill filed. kind of going off of that to a more just kind of how am I feeling type of place. So today is day 4, and we were supposed to be out from 2 to 4 p.m. today. We actually got to Gillibrand's office a little bit before 2, and I just couldn't. I couldn't wait. I had to leave early. We had to leave early. There was a smell of food carts and the wind and the cold. I couldn't do it for the full 2 hours. I waited on the street for 36 days, about 20 of those days or 21 of those days, 24 hours a day, but yet now that I'm fasting I can't even wait 2 hours. I also was extremely angry today. I know that there's extreme highs and lows with my emotions now as I'm doing this fast. And today I was very angry. I was angry at the guy at the door that treated me like shit. I was angry at Gillibrand's office for ignoring our phone calls. I called yesterday while I was feeling very ill, laying down, and they said they were going to call us back by the end of the day, and they never called back. And when I called today, it just rang and rang and rang, and it really made me angry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for civil rights. I'm hungry for food, but I am hungry, and I don't get it. To me, I think that people like Gillibrand, who say that they're our biggest allies and do some things for us, but don't actually follow through with their own words, where they say that things like civil rights are worth fighting for, that we deserve these rights as LGBT people. I think they're worse than those bigoted Republicans who openly tell us that they hate us. You know, I happened to watch Gillibrand's speech the other night, her victory speech, and just hearing her talk about marriage and don't ask, don't tell, and then she mentioned something about civil rights, and I don't remember specifically what it was.
She said protecting civil rights.
Protecting civil rights? I don't have civil rights, so what the hell are you talking about? What are you protecting for me? Are you protecting the civil rights for the people who already have them? Do you not want to open up the Civil Rights Act to put in 5 simple words because you're fearful of groups like the NAACP or the ACLU who have told us that they're not ready for this?
Or now.
You know, the oppressor becomes the oppressed so easily. We saw that yesterday at the Don't Ask, Don't Tell panel. People that were part of women of color who didn't believe in the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell with the most idiotic arguments. The oppressor becomes the oppressed so easily. Discrimination is discrimination. And if those groups aren't on board, then they are no better than the KKK. And that's all I've got to say.
Thank you.